Good morning. This special issue seeks to provide a reasoned and comprehensive response to a fundamental question concerning the future of forensic sciences. It originates from a set of principles, reflections, and motivations articulated in a recent note authored by Santo Davide Ferrara, an emeritus professor of the University of Padua and past president of the International Academy of Legal Medicine, here portrayed. Entitled The New Way Back to an Artificial Future for Biomedical, Legal, and Forensic Sciences, this note has attracted significant collective attention, fostering a broad scientific debate and engaging several editors-in-chief across forensic disciplines, including myself. I'm Cristina Cattaneo, full professor and director of the Laboratory of Forensic Anthropology and Odontology at the University of Milan, and co-editor-in-chief of Forensic Science International. For reasons related to his conception of the institutional role and to a sense of intellectual elegance deeply rooted in the academic tradition inherited from his mentors, Professor Ferrara invited me to present this special issue on his behalf, following the outline he personally developed. While this decision may appear unusual, I share his vision of the academic role. For this reason, I accepted his invitation with great honor and sincere appreciation. In his capacity as guest editor, Professor Ferrara is responsible for the conception and overall design of this special issue, its intellectual framework, its architectural structure, its criteriology of exposition, and its methodological orientation. He has also curated the selection of contributions and identified the authors best suited to offer thoughtful and forward-looking perspectives on the future of forensic sciences. All contributions are unified by a common aim: to define the current state of the art across the various forensic disciplines, to identify existing gaps in knowledge, and to propose research directions capable of bridging those gaps. Particular attention is devoted to the role that radiomics and artificial intelligence may play in shaping the future of both professional practice and scientific research, alongside a forward-looking reflection on the enduring role of the human factor in relation to generative intelligence. The opening section of the volume presents contributions addressing broad and foundational themes. These include molecular biomedicine, presented by Stefano Piccolo of the University of Padua, large language and reasoning models, discussed by Graziella Orru and collaborators from the Universities of Pisa, Lucca, and Padua, radio imaging, explored by Fabrice Deduy and co-author from the Universities of Toulouse and Nantes, and cardiology, an emblematic clinical discipline historically contiguous with forensic medicine, presented by Giuseppe Tarantini of the University of Padua and co-authors from the Universities of Siena, Katowice, and Erasmus in Rotterdam. The second part of the volume expands into the diverse landscape of forensic sciences. It opens with a comparative and critical perspective on juridical sciences, developed by Paolo Sommaggio and co-authors from the Universities of Bari, Gdansk, Granada, and Padua, as well as by Antonio Incampo of the University of Bari. The discussion then progresses into a more specific forensic domain. Clinical forensic medicine is addressed in an ethically grounded contribution by Nuno Duarte Vieira of the University of Coimbra. Macroscopic and microscopic pathology are respectively presented by Stefan Pollack of the University of Freiburg and Vittorio Fineschi, with co-author from the University of Rome. These sections are further complemented by an in-depth analysis of sudden cardiac death, presented by Katarzyna Michaud of the University of Lausanne, together with co-authors from the universities of Maastricht, Monash, Melbourne, and Padua. The volume continues with genomics, presented by Angel Caracedo and co-authors from the University of Santiago de Compostela and King's College London, highlighting the transformative potential of omic sciences in forensic contexts. Toxicology follows, presented by Alan Wayne Jones of Linköping University and complemented by an interview on doping and anti-doping with Francesco Botre, director of the WADA accredited laboratory in Rome. The volume then proceeds with forensic anthropology and odontology, explored in their methodological and ethical dimensions by myself, Cristina Cattaneo, and a large group of co-authors from the University of Milan, from Labanov. Further contributions address psychiatry, psychology, and criminology, with a focus on human criminal behavior, curated by Giuseppe Sartori and co-authors from the universities of Padua, Pisa, and Lucca. The discussion extends to forensic science with specific reference to traceology, presented by Claude Roux of the University of Sydney, followed by disciplines whose epistemological frameworks are rapidly evolving, including forensic entomology and palynology, presented by Ian Dadur and Beryl Morris, with affiliations across Perth, Murdoch University, and the University of Queensland in Brisbane. Additional contributions address humanitarian forensic action, curated by Maurice Tidball-Binns and co-authors from the universities of Monash, Melbourne, Milan, and Coimbra. The volume concludes with education and training, examined within different paradigmatic contexts, particularly the Anglo-Saxon model by Peter Venetsis of Queen Mary University of London, and the Islamic culture by Dina Shokri of Cairo University. Overall, the volume represents 22 collective contributions of 49 authors from 15 countries across 4 continents, affiliated with 24 universities. These contributors include full professors and researchers, many of whom hold leading roles in major institutions and research laboratories, and a significant number serve as editors or editors-in-chief of prestigious scientific journals in forensic-related disciplines. The volume is introduced by an editorial in which, beyond outlining its foundational premises, its criteriology of exposition, and its overarching aims, the guest editor, drawing upon the ethics of intention and responsibility invoked by Max Weber in tracing the trajectory of modernity, develops a series of reflections. These reflections address the identity and dependency of forensic science, the quantum physics and its related dimension of mysticism. They explore the themes of freedom and openness of science, scientism, and the digital revolution. They also examine the present and future role of universities, together with the need for a renewed harmonization of humanities. All these elements converge in shaping the future of forensic science, which will be called upon to reaffirm, in an unequivocal manner, the unity and coherence of disciplinary knowledge, the learning inherent in the exercise of doubt, and the systematic search for error. The ultimate aim is to reassert the transdisciplinary identity of biomedical legal and forensic sciences. As for the future outlined, and for the validity of the considerations, critical reflections, and perspectives put forward by the authors, Only time will be able to fully assess their soundness in relation to the evolving reality and its possible further developments. It is our sincere hope that readers will find this special issue both insightful and thought provoking, and that it may serve as a catalyst for an open and enduring international dialogue, ultimately contributing to the continued evolution and advancement of forensic sciences.